I'm Monica. Welcome to our special lamb barbecue here in Oregon, home to some of the best lamb in the world. We are going to be talking to 4 individuals who barbecue lamb a lot, mostly because it's so darn good. These people are not chefs, but they do believe in the value of lamb as a really good and delicious source of protein. And they know their way around the barbecue. It is important to consider the thoughtful upbringing and environment of American lamb. These amazing and wonderful animals have been a mainstay in cultures around the world for thousands of years and have been raised here in America for generations. Stick with me. This is gonna be fun. Of course, the first people you want to meet at a barbecue are the cooks. I met with Jessica, who hasn't been cooking lamb for long, but as a nutrition expert, she loves the health benefits. Tell me a little bit about the nutritional value of lamb.
Lamb has a great amount of nutritional value. It has a lot of protein, so you get 50% of your protein for the day by eating a serving of lamb. It's also very high in monosaturated fats, which are the good fats for our bodies, and it's really easily digestible. So for people that have a hard time eating any type of other red meat, lamb is a good choice for them because they can process it in their bodies better.
Our next lamb expert, Fred, has been grilling lamb for years.
I've been in the lamb industry raising and cooking lamb for probably 25 to 30 years.
That's a lot of experience.
Yeah, that's plenty. I was born on a farm and we raised sheep. And then I got away from that and went into the restaurant business. And that's where I learned a lot of how to prepare lamb. And then I got more into barbecuing for weddings, graduations, where you would serve from 50 to 300 pounds of lamb. A lot of people don't eat lamb every day. And if you can get them to eat lamb, and they're hooked.
So am I going to be hooked today?
You bet. You'll never go back.
All right. Steve also has quite a history behind the tongs.
It's a beautiful day here in Sweet Home, Oregon.
I started getting hungry just hearing him talk about grilling.
I did not eat lamb when I was a younger person. Since I started eating American lamb, it's great, and I eat a lot of it, so it's really good. And the people I cook it for eat it too. I mean, I've had people tell me I don't like lamb, and when we get done with the barbecue like we're having here today, they go, wow, I didn't know it could be that good. So that's really what it's all about.
I met with Travis as we donned our aprons for the big cookout.
And lamb is very easy to cook, and it's just getting out of your comfort zone and actually trying it out and cooking it.
And then, of course, you've got to meet the supplier.
Hi, how's it going today?
Good, how are you, Reed?
Very well.
I think I might be becoming a lamb fan.
I see that. I've been a lamb fan for a long time.
Yeah, how long?
Oh, I'm a 5th generation sheep rancher, and my boys are now becoming the 6th generation. Actually, we have a grandson that's on board here pretty quick.
So almost 7.
Almost 7. Sheep people are around sheep all the time. So sheep people don't abuse their animals. Abused animals don't do well. And so for centuries, people have raised lambs humanely because they're concerned about the animals and the environment.
We respect the culture of the ranch lifestyle, and if we put in the time to grow these animals, then we take great pride into cooking animals and feeding our friends and our family and having that great atmosphere that us ranchers have.
We sell a lot of the end products, so we do a lot of in-store demos, and one of the things customers ask is, well, how do you prepare lamb? How do you fix lamb? Why is it so hard? We're here today hopefully to show people that it's a lot of fun and it's not hard at all. We recently added a processing plant on our ranch so we can control every part of the product. Like I like to talk about from conception to plate.
And so you know exactly what's on your plate.
I know exactly what's on my plate.
In my family growing up, we were more introduced to beef, pork, chicken, seafood. So lamb was more of a thing that we would get to eat when we went out for a nice dinner and a nice meal. People don't realize that if you can cook a steak, you can cook lamb. It's really easy to cook with, and you can have a lot of fun in the different varieties of how you prepare it too. So I think there's just a lot of lack of familiarity with cooking lamb. So
why is American lamb the best?
because it's locally grown, it's 10,000 miles closer, and it's much more flavorful because it hasn't been frozen and mishandled and shipped and God only knows what else.
It's younger. A lot of our foreign lamb comes in older, 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds. We don't have any idea.
In this area that we're in is primarily all grass-fed, and it's very delicious. Out of a lot of your meats, it's the least cholesterol and very huge in omega-3.
It has fat content in it, but it's a good kind of fat. It's not high cholesterol based fat, and that's why I enjoy lamb.
Many people have realized how well wine pairs with lamb. Mary Olson, owner of Oregon-based Air Lee Winery, and her award-winning winemaker Elizabeth Clark had their own lamb barbecue and had a few good words to say about the excellent combination of lamb with fine wine.
I think the earthy flavors of the lamb pair nicely with the Pinot Noir and actually accentuate the fruit sometimes in the Pinot. And then the acidity of Pinot Noir absolutely is palate cleansing for lamb. It's part of its excellent pairing.
Lamb is sometimes something that people only eat out, but it's easy to cook at home and you shouldn't be afraid of lamb. From lamb chops to lamb burgers to rack of lamb to leg of lamb to shanks.
Shanks, braised shanks and white beans or braised shanks and osobuco. I agree. I'll drink to that.
Goes with everything, so get your Oregon lamb.
Cheers.
I have to say, I'm really excited about the barbecue today and trying all the different types of lamb that are being prepared. So thank you so much for inviting me.
Well, you're very fortunate because we got some wonderful ranchers here that have a history of barbecuing some outstanding product.
So I'm in for a treat.
Absolutely.
This looks like the good old grill. Tell me about it.
Nice, ma'am. This is a Traeger. It's a wood pellet burning stove. Why I prefer to use a Traeger is you have controlled heating, and you also have the ability to smoke as well. And with the wood pellets that filter in, there's no flare up, there's no anything like that for having a direct flame on the meat.
Well, what are you going to be preparing for us today?
I will be preparing some Denver ribs. Very similar to your pork and beef ribs, just smaller. Smaller animal, smaller ribs. Very rich in flavor though.
Are they less fatty?
Yeah, they'll have a little fat cap on the top end on the meat side, but you want to have that in there when you're cooking ribs. You want to have that fat drip down into the meat, give a little bit more flavor.
And how do you prepare them? Do you have a special spice or a marinade that you use?
We let them sit overnight in Coca-Cola. Let that kind of break apart the meat next to the bone, all the membranes. We got some cinnamon and a few other spices we rub on there. Then other than that, we make a glaze and glaze it and flip it every 7 minutes.
What we have on the grill here is boneless leg, and what we've done here is we've boned this leg out and we put it on the grill, and right now I'm searing the outside of the meat, so it's really hot on this end of the grill, very hot. And then what I do is I call rolling it. What I'll do is once this meat gets a certain temperature, like 100 degrees on the inside with my meat thermometer, I'll roll it down and finish it in the section where it's cooler and let it cook until it hits 140 degrees. Again, you do not want to overcook lamb, and when you cut it, it should be about 140 degrees on the inside.
This smells amazing. Tell me what's happening.
Well, we're going to barbecue up a few sliders here today. Lamb burger with blue cheese, garlic, a little cumin in it, and then we'll use just a little bit of Lowry's seasoning salt on them, and we'll just wait.
I can't wait.
You're going to have to. The big thing is to get, especially when you're dealing with burgers, to get them done.
So you don't want any paint in the middle?
No, not on burger.
Not on a burger.
On your main cuts, yes.
Well, they smell amazing. I love blue cheese, so I can't wait
to
taste that
so
pairing.
good. Yeah.
So are you ready to rock and roll?
It's the name of the game.
What do you have for us here?
So I just put a leg steak on there, and this is an arm chop that I'm going to put down. And I prepared them both the same way. Just a little salt and pepper, a little garlic powder, rosemary, and lemon.
Yum, that sounds really good and really simple.
Yes, like I said, you can prepare them just like a steak. So if you know how to cook a steak, you can cook some lamb.
Traditionally, kebabs are cooked on a skewer, but Reed and I have found that we like to cook them on a big grill like this because normally we cook for a lot of people and skewering them takes a lot of time. So the process here is we brown them on one side, then I will flip the kebabs over here, and then we brown them on the other side, and then just like the boneless legs here, we're gonna roll it and then we're gonna let them finish.
Slider sauce here.
Yes.
This goes over the ribs.
By the time everything came off the grill, everyone was more than ready for the grand finale.
I want to try ribs, but I don't think I can eat that many.
And it was all just as delicious as it looked. Everyone agreed. It just doesn't get any better than American lamb barbecue.
We just got done eating the lamb, and it was very, very delicious.
The lamb was very tender, probably the best meat they've ever had.
I'm 16. I don't think a lot of people eat lamb that are my age, but I think it's really good, and a lot of them should start eating it.
So, do you think you got enough lamb on that plate?
Just about. Having moved to the US from the UK, we used to eat lamb 3-4 times a week in the UK. But this American lamb, what I've eaten today, is just fantastic. Some of the best lamb I've ever tasted.
Thanks for joining us. I hope that you learned as much as I did. As you can see, preparing lamb isn't that complicated, and it can really create a delightful American lamb barbecue for your friends and family anytime. Cheers!